Alright. Oh yeah. Get that morning sip of coffee, lukewarm, as always.
Welcome to the D-Rain Richie Show.
Cool. Welcome back to another video, guys. Glad you're here. Hope everyone's doing well. So, say you just get off work, you get home, right? And you walk in your house, and your roommate looks at you and says, "Hey man, you gotta get rid of your dog." And you argue with them for about 2 minutes, and then you decide, they're all assholes. I'm gonna throw a fit, pack my shit up, and get the hell out of this place. And when I say throw a fit, I'm talking like you're throwing stuff everywhere, screaming and yelling at everybody, you know. Who's the bigger asshole in this situation? You or the roommate? Now, if we're thinking about the backstory, we're not going to get into it, okay? But I would assume you'd say you're the bigger asshole in this situation. And, well, that was me. That this is something that actually happened to me. And looking back on it, man, I was an asshole. What does it mean to be the bigger person? How do you become the bigger person? How do you move forward from being an asshole and doing shit like that, throwing a fit when your roommate says, "Hey man, can we just talk about this?" And you can't even look them in the eye, and you say nope, and you just keep doing what you're doing, throwing your fit, blah, packing your shit up, just, man, causing hell, raising hell, going out with a bang. How do you beat that? How do you become this on this different level of, being the bigger person? Because it's tough, right? And it comes down to reaction versus response. When we react, it's literally that. Our mind's immediate reaction, our natural instinct to do something. Our nervous system kicks in and we just go. And that's when our fight or flight kicks in, and then we start doing the first things that come to our mind. That's reacting. And most of the time, reactions are very poor. Now, it's a good thing to have these reactions because it means your nervous system's working. And reactions are really important for when, dangerous situations do come about. But when it's something that, you don't necessarily like from another person and you react to what they say and you turn into this big, dickhead, that's probably not very cool. Now, responding is taking that step back and just trying to calm down, because it takes a sec to calm down, and that's where, coping skills and stuff come in. That's a different topic. But being able to regulate yourself and learn emotional regulation is very, 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 very beneficial, especially when it comes to reaction versus response. Because in a situation as such, it would have been way more appropriate for me to take a step back, to calm down, to really collect my thoughts and everything, and be able to have a grown-up adult conversation. Keep in mind, this was 2 years ago. I was very immature at the time. We've learned a lot since. And the biggest thing that I can say, that I could take away from this, is that learning how to respond to people in a healthy manner and doing it regardless of what the situation is. Now, if someone pulls up and is like fighting you and you're just sitting there blocking it, it's like, you probably should defend yourself. But if you're the one picking a fight, like, because of what someone said, it's like, man, you should probably take a step back and think about your actions before you do what you're about to do, because that's something that we don't tend like do, it's like we just do it. Thinking about your actions before you do that, it can really have a large effect on many people, and especially yourself, because if you are just one of those people who has a ton of pride and kind of live that lifestyle of I'm a big tough guy, look at me, he's right, because that was me for a little while. We call it little man syndrome because I'm very short, and with that you get short fuses and you blow up on people. So learning how to regulate and respond in a healthy manner is very effective, and it's very beneficial to you and the other people around you. Because when there's someone itching for a fight and you're able to just be like, hey man, like, look, they're like, oh, okay. And then they kind of calm down, and then you kind of calm down. Now you guys are having this conversation. You're getting on common ground, which is good. But when someone says something and you're like, I don't like that, you asshole, blah, blah, blah. Now he's going blah, 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 and you're going blah, blah, blah. And now you guys are butting heads. And now you guys are fighting, and it's like, okay, he's mad, you're mad. He gets more mad, you get more mad. He gets more mad, you get more mad. Now you're up here and you guys are just fucking enemy fight, right? Probably not that extent, but could be cool. Not really. Don't fight. But when you come at it with a calm, collected approach, he's mad, you respond. Definitely just made noise by hitting that. He's mad, you respond accordingly with a calm, collected. He kind of lowers his guard, and then you're kind of lowering your guard, and you guys are calming down. You're both calming down because you feed off each other's energy. When you're feeding off of someone's energy, our immediate reaction is to copy what they do and sometimes enhance it to a higher level, and that comes heavily with anger, especially when you're arguing or fighting with someone, that's just what it is. Next thing I want to say is turning the other cheek. How to just walk away from a situation is tough, because what we want to do is we want to get back at people, and we live in a society where it is very influenced to get back at people. It is very influenced to go at another person and just, start being an asshole to them because they were an asshole to you. Now, I get it, because there has been plenty times in my life where I've just, oh my gosh, even to this day, there's times where I really want to just get back at people, because they're like, let's just be honest, there's some dickheads in the world. There's some people who are just fucking mean. And it's tough because our society, our generation of people says, get back at them. Be mean back to them. But is that really the example that we want to set for future generations? Like, be honest, do we want an upcoming generation that is so just at each other's throat the whole time? Like, how are we gonna survive? How is anyone gonna survive if everyone's just trying to be better than the other person? You gotta set aside your pride. You gotta set aside your pride. You gotta just turn the other cheek. You gotta look the other way and just be like, alright, you know what? They're obviously not ready to talk right now. Let's come back to this when they're a little bit more calm and collected, sometimes you need to do that for yourself so you can come back calm and collected. But being able to turn the other cheek, especially when you really, really want to get back at someone because of what they did or what they said, it's like, man, it causes a chain reaction of good responses, of healthy responses. We'll use the term healthy and unhealthy, healthy response versus an unhealthy response. you start creating this chain reaction of healthy responses, not only in yourself but in other people, because they can see that you're coming at this in a calm, collected manner, so they don't need to put their guard up. Initially they're going to put their guard up because that's just, natural human instincts. But as soon as you come in, you're like, look, man, like, hey, let's chat about this. Hand placement's really, really cool. If you put your hands right in front of you, like, just where they can see them, and you just keep everything relaxed. But if you're like, showing fists, you're clenching your fists, you're getting mad, it's like, nah, man, relax. Take a step back. Turn the other cheek, walk away for now, come back calm and collected so you can respond in a healthy manner. Forgiveness. We live in a world where, like I said, everyone wants to get back at everyone else. They want to get their revenge. And this is where a lot of issues come from, because as soon as one person wants revenge and they get their revenge, and the next person that they got their revenge on wants to get their revenge, so everyone's taking revenge on each other, and it's just this endless stream of getting back at each other, and it's very, very toxic. It's very unhealthy, very toxic. So forgiving people, learning to forgive others even when they're wrong, and then learning to forgive yourself when you're wrong, and then learning to ask for forgiveness from people you have wronged. Setting aside your pride, admitting you're wrong, and saying, hey man, do you forgive me? And then in your mind, in your heart, every time you think of a situation and it just pisses you off, you gotta learn to forgive them. Each time you think about that situation, every time you think about a situation that really rubbed you the wrong way, or think about a time when a person really, really hurt you, you gotta sit here, you gotta forgive them again and again. And it's not just a one-time fixes all. And this is something that, if we think about this situation, yes, I was an asshole. Yes, are there other things that happened beforehand to cause this, pent up, block of emotions to explode? Because that's essentially what happened. Was I bottled up past emotions, past situations. I never talked about them because, I had too much pride. Let go of your pride. Talk. Be a civilized person. And then when it comes down to it, if someone does hurt you and they really do cause emotional trauma, mental trauma, even physical trauma, like whatever, it's it's a constant thing to forgive, learning to forgive every time you think of that situation, whether it's once a day, once a week, hell dude, it could be once an hour. It's constantly saying, okay, I forgive them, and really acting out of love rather than out of anger and bitterness, because that's really what's wrong with our society. Is it's a society where everyone's just so hateful. It's so much hate, so much pride, so much look at me, I'm better than you, blah 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 blah, I got more followers, I got more likes, blah blah blah, fitness industry, I got a better physique than you, oh I got a better, you're natty, all this bullshit, music industry, oh I got more followers than you, I got more listeners than you, look how much money I made off this song, blah 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 blah. Who fucking cares? We are all people. We are all human. It doesn't matter what you have in your life. We're still human. We're still people. We are still the same beings. We're all the same race. It's not you're black, you're white, you're Chinese, you're Mexican. Those aren't our races. Those are ethnicities. Our race is the human race. We are all one race. No one is better than anybody. Set aside your pride. Quit being so hateful to everybody, and learn to act out of love and learn to really, forgive people regardless of who they are, regardless of what they've done. And it's difficult, trust me. It's tough. I mean, there's things from my childhood that, I'm still working on, moving forward from. And that's 10 plus years ago. It's difficult. It's difficult, but if we want to build a future, build a society where everyone is able to cooperate regardless of beliefs, regardless of how we view each other, it comes down to love and forgiveness and acceptance. Yeah, that's my little rant for the day. Yeah. Quit being such a dickhead all the time. If someone's a dickhead to you, just be nice to them. They're gonna be like, man, I should probably stop being a dickhead to that person. But you yourself, quit being a dickhead. We don't like dickheads. Okay? It's not nice to be mean to people. Just be nice. Even when it's really difficult to, be nice, because it is. There's days where, you're driving down the road and that guy cuts you off, and now, I could totally take my truck and I can just fucking drive into the back of theirs. I can cut them off, I can get up close, and I can kind of, nudge the back so they, spin around, and it's like, ha. What now, bitch? You really want that? Do we really want a society that's built off of that? Because that's kind of how things are going. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but Martin, my bearded dragon, he's over there running around and being a little monster and creating these lovely noises. It's pretty cool. He's a cool lizard. If you guys ever want to see him, just let me know. Alright, people. That is it for today's video. It's cold now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope there's something that you guys took away from this and you can start implicating into your life. And yeah, I really pray that we can all start moving forward out of love rather than hate, because that's what the world needs. It needs love. We all need love, love each other like you love yourself. It comes from the Bible. If you didn't know that, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Get that algorithm going. If you want to check my music out, I am on all streaming platforms, link in description. And then all my socials are also going to be in the description. But yeah, you guys take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.